Scooter Vertino, one of our executives being mentioned there by Steve Kerr and Jared Greenberg. You know the great thing about this fan night? Dirk Nowitzki is in town, and he's got to do a shoot tonight. Detlef Schrempf is going to be involved with it too. And he was kind enough to say, yeah, I'll come on the show here for a little while and talk. So, Dirk, it's great to see you, man.
How you doing, guys?
Great.
Good.
We're still fooling him, man.
Always.
So you're going to be 39 here pretty soon?
In June, yeah.
Yeah, it's been 19 seasons in the NBA. Have you thought about how much longer this ride is going to last?
Well, I decided last year to sign on for 2 more, so I'd love to get through this one. It's fairly healthy. Had some injury problems early in the season, but doing okay now, and then hopefully hold up okay next year, and then that's 20 years. And
Wow.
All with the same organization.
Team, and then I'll turn 40 that summer as well next summer, so I think that's probably a good time, but we'll just have to see how the body holds up.
How important has that been to you? Because we work with a guy, Reggie Miller, who spent his entire career with the Indiana Pacers, and that's a point of pride with him and the loyalty factor. How does that play in your case, too, to be with that one organization from start to finish?
Yeah, it just happened that way, you know, with me getting to Dallas. We weren't that great there in the early 90s, but we had a good group of guys with Steve, and Mike Finley was there. Both still great friends of mine. And then Cuban bought the team in my second year. And it just, you know, we just built this relationship with everybody and this camaraderie. And Cubes has been so loyal to me on and off the floor. You know, always when there's something, he's there for me. And so it was easy for me. The city kind of took me under their wings, even though my first year I was struggling at times, or a lot. And the fans were always giving me standing ovations when I came in. It was almost like they were waiting on me. They wanted me to succeed. And so, you know, it was easy for me to stay loyal and stay there my entire career, and then hopefully finish it up well.
Well, you know, Dirk, I got a chance to work with him when I was down in Dallas at your training camp, and you know, as great of a player is, he's a nicer person. And these shots that you're seeing him take right now, I watched him work on these shots when you know what? I've been in basketball at that point. I'd been in pro game for 30 years, I think. I watched you do your shooting exhibition one night with Holger, your coach. I've never been so fascinated for 45. I watched, my mouth was on the ground. You took more different shots and different angles, and you got on a streak. You did it all the time. You got a streak. You made everything. You didn't touch the rim. I have never seen a shooting exhibition like that. Just talk to me a little bit about just, all the different practicing, all the different shots you take.
Well, Holger his philosophy is always, once you get to the NBA, they might play you a 3, 4, 5, or whatever. I want to put you in a position where you can do a little bit of everything. You got to be able to post up a little bit, then you got to shoot the 3, then you got to shoot off the dribble a little bit. So then you might have somebody, you drive, he pushes you, you got to shoot off the one leg, and maybe sometimes you're stuck, you might have to throw up a hook. So we always try to do a little bit of everything in practice. So where we shoot all sorts of shots, all sorts of angles, all sorts of one-legger, two-leggers, off balance, on balance, and really it's all about the release. If your elbow is right, if you can still see the rim and your eyes focus on the rim and you have a good touch, I think you always have a good chance of making a shot.
Well, I tell you what, you changed the whole power forward center scheme with your ability to shoot, brought everybody out, and we're just an absolute matchup nightmare your entire career in the NBA.
Dirk, in terms of being a matchup nightmare, you think about all the way back when you first came in, you had those struggles, and then your game blossomed, evolved, one of the best have ever done it. I'd be interested to get your take on how the game's evolved, because when you came in, and I say this with all due respect, you were kind of a freak. 7-foot guy who could shoot it the way you could shoot it and play that way. Now we're starting to see more and more of that, and I think you were an inspiration to a lot of guys. Talk about the evolution of the game from when you first came up.
I think that I happened to come in at a good time for me. That the NBA was going away a little bit from the pounding, from the, I love Charles, but obviously his back downs for 10, 14 seconds.
You didn't think that was exciting?
And I think the NBA wanted to get away from that a little bit. They wanted more movement. They wanted a little more the European 5-on-5, pick and roll passing games. Everybody's cutting, everybody's touching it, and then they implemented the zone as well, and I think that changed some of the schemes that the teams are running. And so I happened to come in at the right time where they opened up the court and everybody wanted more shooters. And now even most of the 5 guys step out and shoot at least to 16, 17, 18 feet. So it's been an amazing transition the last 20 years to watch the game grow. And now guys make shots consistently from half court. I mean, it's been insane to watch what's been going on the last couple of years.
If you guys aren't careful, you may wind up in the playoffs. After the way this season started, Dirk.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really tough. And now you guys have picked it up, and now you look at the standings, and there's the 8th spot, and there's Dallas a couple. I mean, it's very doable at this point. What will it take? And did you think earlier this year that, wow, this is just going to be one of those years?
Yeah, we had some rough times. I think mostly we had a lot of injury problems. You know, I think J.J. Barea been out for a long time. Darren Williams was hurt early. I missed almost 2 months with my Achilles, and Bogut has missed some time. So it's been rough trying to stay healthy. But when we do, I think we have a decent team. And now we obviously made the trade for Noel, who I think fits in well with our system. And now we have a bunch of young guys. I mean,
You got that other Curry.
We have like 9. Yeah, he's actually balling.
Yeah, he really is.
We put him in the starting lineup a month ago, and he's been insane. So really happy for him. Great kid and working hard every day. And now all of a sudden, you know, we had like an older team last 2 years, and now we made a few moves. We have like 10 guys under age of 25, 26. So the transition started for us, and we'd love to get in the playoffs. We'd love to fight. And the thing is, around the 8, 9, 10, nobody has really been consistent enough to really, you know, separate themselves there. So everybody still has a shot there. You know, New Orleans will eventually, I think, figure it out with Boogie and AD, and they're going to make a push. Denver has been great, especially at home. So it's going to be tough to get in. Portland is obviously good, so but we'll see how far we can take it there at the end.
If you get that 8th spot, that would mean a team we're going to see on Fan Night tonight. Golden State, 19 years in the league.
Are you already locking up the 1 seed?
Yeah, I am. Where does what you see out of that team rank with what you've seen in 19 years in this league?
Well, you know, it's a team that won 73 games last year, and then they add, you know, one of the top offensive players we have in this universe. So it's at times you look at it as like it's not really that fair. You know, one guy can go whatever 0 for 11 last night or whatever, and then the others just pick it up and win the game. I mean, it's incredible how much firepower they have, and their lineup when Iggy is in there and Draymond, they could switch everything. I mean, they're really, really incredible and good, and they're going to be tough to beat for sure when they're on, when they're playing well together, and they're going to be tough to beat.
Hey, Dirk, you've been in this game your whole life. You know you're going to probably retire at the end of next year. What's the future? Or do you see yourself coaching, ownership? You're going to stay involved with the game?
I think so. I mean, the game has given me so much.
Mark going to give you a piece of the team?
Maybe. We'll see how it goes.
Some intriguing possibilities.
You know, I've been around so long in this game, and I'd love to give some of my experience to younger kids. But we'll just see. I need a few years away, I think, you know, clear my mind, be with the kids, travel the world a little bit, do some of the stuff I wasn't able to do the last 20 years, and then for sure stick around. I'm not sure in which capabilities or whatever, but we'll find something that's fun for me and maybe for the Mavs.
How's my buddy Rick Carlisle doing? As you guys, you know, you're getting that 8th spot.
You know,
he'll be happy.
Rick was a little stressed early in the year.
I can't imagine that. Yeah.
We started off this season obviously 3-15 or something.
Yeah.
So there were a couple practices where he was on the edge a little bit. You can tell that when he's walking in and his face is just blank stare, and he was on one. But it's been better lately, and we've been winning, we've been competing, and I think so. He's happy with that.
Good.
You have been nothing but a credit to the game for
Here.
19 wonderful seasons here, Dirk, and you know, keep it going this season and stay healthy for next. And really, thanks a lot for hanging with us, man.
Great player, great
to see you.
person.
Yeah.
You're exactly
Always
right.
good to see you, big fella.
Thank you.